sometimes the three-headed monster. We always talk about that with running backs. You can apply the same thing to wide receivers. When do you have the team? Look, the Bengals just paid top dollar for T. Higgins. They have Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we got to get T. Higgins back here. Like, forget the defense. We'll figure it out. Like, I know it was awful, but let's get T. Higgins back. There are rarely teams that just have that one stud receiver who's just putting up numbers, because chances are there's another receiver that's really good and gaining yards and catching passes and scoring touchdowns. Really hard to put together 24 touchdown grabs in one season with today's NFL. They have numerous playmakers on every offense.
It's just not going to happen, I think. The sack thing it can totally happen. It feels way more likely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just showing highlights. They were doing the Sports Center thing in West Virginia. So they were showing Randy Moss highlights, and they showed his 23 touchdowns.
His college film. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. The Marshall days, too. He should have been at Notre Dame, Jeff. That's a miss right there. All right.
We are Sports.
Hey, it's Brady Quinn. And as a former athlete, I'm still dealing with all sorts of lingering issues, the bumps, the bruises, the back issues. So getting matched with the right mattress at Mattress Firm was a total game changer. Pun intended. Sleep plays a huge role in recovery, and finding that perfect fit really makes the difference, because there's no one-size-fits-all mattress. Mattress Firm sleep experts will match you with the right one from a wide selection of quality mattresses at every price. Get matched at Mattress Firm's 4th of July sale and sleep at night.
When you stay in your home, what you love gets to stay too. From the gardens that grow wild to the grandkids that run wilder. From the Friday night baseball games to the Sunday morning brunches. Even the daily crosswords and weekly book clubs. There's room for it all with help from Home Instead, the largest in-home senior care network with over 30 years of trusted experience delivering the peace of mind you deserve. Visit Home Instead online for a better what's next.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you'll need.
Northbound 35W is moving slow between Slaughter and Stasny. There is a 5 to 6 minute delay. And then on eastbound RM 1431, there is flooding between Singleton Bend Road and Loman Ford Road. Avoid the area. I'm Junior Caruso with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
With great deals coming this Prime Day, July 8th through the 11th, greatness is a deal away. So if you love baking, you can get a deal on a new mixer, transforming you into the Lord of the Loaves.
Hear ye! Make way for the badding of brioche, the sultan of sourdough, the Lord of the Loaves, Prime Member Dave!
Yeah, hi?
Shop great deals this Prime Day, July 8th through the 11th.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
Hey, this is Jamie Loftus, and this is my new weekly show, 16th Minute of Fame, the podcast where every episode I take a closer look at an internet character of the day. Who were they? What made them so notorious? How did the internet, or sometimes the algorithm, choose them? And what does a person do when they're suddenly confronted with more attention than the human psyche can handle? Take The Dress, a story that went uber viral in early 2015 in spite of being, well, kind of a boring optical illusion. A mother of the bride in Scotland took a picture of a dress she was thinking about wearing to her daughter's wedding. But she saw the dress as blue with black lace, and her daughter saw it as white with gold lace. One BuzzFeed post later, every single person on the internet was talking about the dress. But to me, the dress is a story about the last couple of months when the internet was still sort of fun. It was shortly before the stories that spread across the internet stopped being driven by exploited millennials with useless arts degrees and started being decided by algorithms hell-bent on growing internet usership at all costs. And on a long enough timeline, the story of the dress is one entangled with abuse and media exploitation. Internet history is a tricky thing to be invested in. It feels like every time a bad with business billionaire buys up another platform, history starts being erased. With the team at Cool Zone Media, we're taking these characters' 16th minute of fame to see what their moment meant to them and what it says about us.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horde. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Free never sounded so good.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Hordes, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas.
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300. The Zone. Texas gets a recruit, but might have dodged a bullet on another one. Micah is ready, but are the Cowboys? In sports, there's gambling, but that's not for the players. This group of Texas football players have been recognized as one of the best, and we will have AFC East talk. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge, and my co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And our guy Marcus is behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. And if you want to leave a voicemail, all you got to do is leave that talkback feature, or use the talkback feature on that new and improved iHeartRadio app. And we'll give you a chance to win a pair of tickets today. So you will be using that as well. And make sure that we're #1 on your preset. But before we get into all the way into the show, we want to take a moment right now to recognize those that have been affected greatly by the storms that have swept through the Hill Country and the Central Texas area. We think it's important for everyone to understand that we are aware of all those that have lost people. It was a very, very, very sad situation that happened over the weekend. Camp Mystic is something that has been around for a very long time. It has changed a lot of people's lives. Those young ladies, those little girls that were lost their lives, and the people that were around there, not just there, but in Hunt, Texas. And we have posted up on social media a link. You can get over to Hardball Hardge on X. And we have left a link where if you wanted to donate something or money or clothing, non-perishable, there's some places that here in town that are helping. And one of those are the great folks over at Covert BK.
At Covert BKs, they have the Covert Cares deal. And, guys, the disaster relief site, you can call them or you can go there. Live is 16501 Sweetwater Village Drive, Austin, Texas, 78738. Like Hard said, non-perishable items, hygiene items, cleaning supplies, trash bags, brooms, shovels, whatever it is God moves your heart to take out there. All of these items are going to go straight to the Salvation Army distribution to aid those people. And you also can go to their at Covert Cadillac Bee Cave, and the donations will be taken all the way through Tuesday. So you got plenty of time, but there's no time like the present.
Yeah, it's a really, really tough situation. And I was talking to some people yesterday that have had friends and relatives that are handling this and being a part of this, and there's no way around it. It's a disaster.
If you see 4 inches of water and you say, "Oh, I could drive my car through that," guys, you can't.
Don't do it.
The water is rushing at such a rate that it's going to push your car off into a ravine, a river, off a cliff, whatever it is. Like, don't test it, please.
And
I mean, unless you're in an ambulance or a fire truck, where they have beneath those big vehicles, they have like 3,000-pound skid plates to help anchor them. That's why you can see a fire truck go through it.
Right.
They're designed to be able to go through it.
Yeah, your car is not designed. Your truck is not designed to do any of that. And we're all guilty at some point of thinking, "Oh man, it's not that bad. I can make it.
I can make it."
And you can't. Don't risk putting someone else's life in danger because you believe that you can do it. Because now not only are you causing yourself danger, you're causing the people that are coming
to have
save
their babies
you.
in the car.
Well, they're coming to save you too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they say it, turn around, don't drown. It's really that type of situation. And again, I'm not a weatherman.
It's still raining.
I'm not a weatherman. I'm not that person, but this is overwhelming. And it seemed like it happened in a matter of time. And the disappointing part, because everybody's like, the system failed. Listen, the problem is it happened at night. It happened at night. You can't see. And if you're at a camping site, and I saw a friend of my neighbor, she posted that she worked at all of these camps growing up in different parts of the country. And it's the innocence of being where it's dark. You can't see it. You can't hear it. You don't know what truly is happening. And if you believe that, "Oh, I can hear the water," you don't understand how those currents are really moving.
You're not going to hear it until it's there.
Right. It's coming, and there's videos all over the place. But
seen the houses?
Yes.
Like, I mean, completely gone. Just concrete and slabs.
Yep.
There's nothing left.
No, it's awful. It's awful. So we pray for all those that have been affected. Get over to AM 1300 The Zone. Get over to iHeartRadio, and I posted on at Hardball Hardge the link for any donation that is available. Mark just told you about getting over to Covert in Bee Cave. I'll be telling you about another Covert in the next hour, about where, if you live up north and you want to donate as well, because as he said, Covert does care, and both of those companies, or that company, works with us a lot. And so it's good that we're partnered with good people that are doing amazing things out there. Also wanted to touch on this, get back to the sports aspect of it. Last night in soccer, USA loses to Mexico 2-1. They played a sloppy game, but nothing, you can't take it away from Mexico and what they were able to do. This was done in Houston at NRG. So now you start to look and say, all right, now we get ready for the big tournament, and for Texas, for the USA team. They're going to find a way to get everybody else back to playing. There was no Pulisic, there was no Arena, there was none of the big time players, but some of these guys got a chance to perform in front of the new coach. And now we will see what's going to happen moving forward. We'll also today be talking about the Houston Astros. And since we're talking about Houston, Durant to the Rockets, Mark, it is official now. And it was a 7-team trade. 7 teams were involved into this trade for them to be able to get this thing officially done.
Never before done.
Never.
7 teams?
7 teams.
Who made out the worst? Like, everybody knows who made out the best.
Yep.
I mean, Kevin Durant is the prize in the whole deal. And, Phoenix, they got.
I still believe Phoenix won. I still believe that the upside, and there was a report that came out that I don't think it's real, so I'm not going to really divulge into it. But the story came out that Ime Udoka was texting Jalen Green's baby mama. And that's why Jalen Green went out and played the way he played in the playoffs, because he was dealing with the emotion of that. Do you remember that playoff series against Boston when Cleveland and LeBron found out that Delonte West was hollering at his mom? And LeBron kind of
hollering. That's what we doing now. You changing the whole context. Oh, hey, Miss Parker. Like, no, he was doing more than hollering.
Well, he's homeless.
Allegedly.
Now. Allegedly. We're going with alleged. Well, allegedly, Ime Udoka they were having a tough conversation all the time because Ime was trying to holler at Jalen Green. I don't believe that.
I heard he was down.
Please don't be true.
I don't believe that.
Please don't be true, because I don't need another Ime Udoka controversy.
Because he is.
That's what got him ran out of Boston,
and he just got an extension on his contract to be the head coach for the Houston Rockets. So now you got KD.
How he get her number anyway? How you get another dude's woman number? I'm just curious. Like,
group chat.
Yeah, okay. Be careful who you with.
Well, yeah, exactly. Who you with? Not with you.
Like Jacob said, they for the street.
But
that's our girlfriend.
Yeah, she like both of ours. My dad come over here, Gary. It's like both
at my house.
I just keep it at my house. But yeah, so there's a lot that goes there. But I still believe, looking at this trade, I believe that Phoenix won on this one. And I believe it's because of the upside. Kevin Durant, he's going to be Kevin Durant. He's going to put up his numbers. But in the big scheme, I still believe that Phoenix and Jalen Green is definitely going to make things a little bit more exciting. Hour number 1, we got a lot to get into. Coming up next, we want to talk a little bit about what happened as Texas recruitment might have dodged a bullet, and I'll tell you why right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
The voice of the Horns, Craig Way on 1300 The Zone, weekdays at 2.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
On the westbound side of Ben White, there's an accident on the frontage road at Spirit of Texas Drive. Use caution or avoid the area if you're able to. Northbound 35W is moving slow between Onion Creek Parkway and William Cannon. There's close to a 15-minute delay. I'm Junior Caruso with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, it's JB and Sandy for our friends at Koala Cooling. Scott and Stacy, the same great folks behind Kangaroo, are the folks who bring you Koala Cooling and Plumbing. You ever hear the saying, JB, the dog days of summer? Do you know what it actually means?
It means you can't go outside. You want to stay in your air-conditioned home is how I interpret that.
True, but it actually has history with astrology, the ancient Greeks, and the dog star constellation. Hey, that's great to know, but right here on planet Texas, I just know it's hot, right?
Yeah, we hit triple digits in May, and I know we have hit triple digits in September. That's a long stretch. You want to get your home checked out, and qualified.
Yeah, you don't want your AC breaking down on the hottest days of the year. So go ahead and get the team from Koala Cooling to come out and take a look. Like JB said, get your AC qualified. Call them today at 512-759-8800.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you, right here in America. And this summer, we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder, so you can get the car you want at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
For a limited time until supplies last, assembled with U.S. and imported parts.
Texas weather can be brutal, so why settle for anything less than tough, reliable protection? Mueller delivers premium steel buildings and residential metal roofing built to handle year-round weather with lasting durability. Whether it's a barn, garage, or your forever home, trust Mueller to design your metal building project with style that stands out. Call Mueller Inc. today or visit MuellerInc.com. Designed strong, designed for Texas.
Find your iHeartRadio everywhere. There are hundreds of ways to experience iHeartRadio at home and on the go, beyond the iPhone and Android app and at iHeartRadio.com. Here's another way to connect to iHeartRadio. Apple CarPlay. Our iOS app comes alive in your car's dashboard with a seamless way to play your favorite music, radio stations, and podcasts. Developed with driver safety in mind, the Apple CarPlay interface was built for simple navigation and to limit driver distraction while making sure you can still access all your favorite content from iHeartRadio. No need to download another app. Just plug or pair your iPhone with your dash, and if CarPlay is available in your vehicle, iHeartRadio will sync automatically. iHeartRadio, everywhere you want to listen, including in your car through Apple CarPlay. Check it out for free now. iHeartRadio, anywhere you want to listen, iHeartRadio is there.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Coming up in the next segment, I will do the Hardge life, and we'll have a conversation. Gambling in sports. Now, if you partake in it, I get it. I understand. My cousin does that as well. But my cousin isn't playing, right? So let's end up talking about that and having a conversation about that because somebody is under investigation. If you're shocked by that, I don't know how. But I wanted to talk recruiting because everybody wants to talk about how in the world is this happening in recruiting? Why is Texas falling off on recruiting? Yada, yada, yada. Well, over the weekend, Texas gets a commitment from a blue chip offensive lineman on Independence Day. John Turntine III committed to the University of Texas. Now, that would be a big story on so many levels, Mark, because when you get a commitment like that, this is a guy that is going to turn some heads. He committed to Texas Longhorns over Alabama, Michigan, Stanford, and Texas A&M. He's the nation's number 4 ranked interior offensive lineman and the Lone Star State's number 7 overall prospect. And this is by 24/7 Sports. Well, that was not the story over the weekend. The story over the weekend was a report that 5-star offensive tackle Felix Ojo inks a fully guaranteed 3-year, $5.1 million revenue sharing deal with Texas Tech. Now, we understand that's what this game has turned into. More money, more money, more money. But with more money comes more problems. And for Coach Sark, I'm going to take it back to what Coach Sark said a while back in the fact of what the money looks like.
I think NIL has been good for the University of Texas. I think that we've managed it the right way. I think we're fair with our players. We look at the value of the player on our roster and where he might sit, and then we put a number on it, and it is what it is.
You were in the NFL and you were successful in the NFL and you saw how a salary cap was managed. There's not a whole lot of coaches across the country who have been able to see both worlds.
You got to manage it, and you got to place a premium on certain things that matter to you as a program, and that's what we've tried to do. I feel like so many teams struggle when they don't know and they're just grab bagging. Yeah. They're reactionary instead of forward thinking, and we try to be forward thinking to make sure that we got the right nucleus of people in an organization. You know, the old adage is simple, right? Never sacrifice character for talent. There's a lot of talented players, but if you believe in culture, you got to make sure that you look at the character too.
Ooh. Say what you tell.
Shots fired.
This is
bang.
And
bang.
This was long before this deal was finalized. Now, Mark, this is a revenue sharing deal, roughly $5 million. And the contract pays out $775,000 per year for 3 years, including incentives. If the deal is renegotiated, the 5-star offensive lineman is set to earn $1.2 million year one, $1.6 million in year two, and $2.1 million in year three. Now, don't forget what they did for Najee Kennedy in softball. She became the first $1 million athlete on record to play for Texas Tech. She paid off, got them to the championship, came up short because they had to face Texas 3 times.
Right.
But that was a great return on investment. She renegotiated her contract, all the great stuff that goes with it. Now, if that was my son, we'd be a fool for him not to sign that.
Right.
I'm not hating.
I'm not hating at all.
At all. I get it. DJ, please, dog. Please somehow get yourself put in that position.
I want DJ to find them Jack and the Beanstalk beans,
jumping beans,
throw them in the backyard. Go, listen, whatever it takes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on.
Be sitting there like, let me hold $1.
Yeah, but you
hold $1.
But think about this, man. Think about this moving forward. Now we have to go on a whole nother level because that's different tax bracket. You're in a totally different tax bracket in life now.
Hey, you better pay them taxes, or you're gonna end up in the pokey.
But
Uncle Sam won't his.
Is this where we are in college athletics now?
Yes, that's where we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what, man? Like, people think, oh, it's free money.
It's not free.
There's no such thing as free money.
Yeah. He earned that. You've earned that. And the reason why you've earned that, and that's why I always get mad about when people start saying, oh, well, the kids don't deserve. Doesn't matter. He earned it.
There would be no business if the kids weren't playing.
Exactly. Go ahead. Say it again.
There will be no business of football if there was not players playing.
Yeah.
And I hate to sound preachy.
Yeah, preach for them.
But give me some preaching music. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, I was an athlete, Hardge.
Yep.
And I remember being at the Olympic Training Center and me and Oscar De La Hoya and different athletes putting our money together just so we can go get food.
Yep.
When I say poor, I mean poor. Po. No O-R. We couldn't afford the O-R.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what you want? That's what you want. The best. I was the best in America. I had no peers. But yet I couldn't take my mom out to dinner. I couldn't go take my mom to a steak dinner.
Well,
so you would rather these people that argue, athletes need to know their role. They getting a free education. Give them $10 million and they don't need to go to college.
Preach for them.
Mark Cuban didn't go.
Yeah.
It don't define you. Now I'm for the kids going to school and getting an education.
Mm-hmm.
Speak to them.
But if you have an opportunity like this one, it can change your life. It can change the generations in your family. So I'm for the athletes getting paid. The $1 billion TV deals, run me my money.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Let me bring it back. So this young man has earned this money because of he put the work in. He's talented. He has a skill level that you do not. Right. So you put yourself in this position to acquire these types of means. Now, this is that football conversation, NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA. Like right now, we're dealing with a situation with Micah Parsons. You're paying for his future, not what he did in the past, correct?
Right.
That's why Micah is being able, and we'll have a Micah Parsons conversation at closer to the top of the hour. But in this particular moment, as a young man coming out of high school, this is turned into a major league signing bonus.
Right.
When you get drafted, the major league draft is coming up. Kids' lives are going to change financially and career-wise because they're going to get offered X amount of dollars. This has now become the the Major League Baseball draft for high school students.
Did you hear the story of Edgecombe that played at Baylor? Like he's from the Bahamas.
Oh yeah, he had 7 years off a generator.
Like his childhood, I'm talking about third world problems.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, he was crying because he knew that he was going to be able to take his family out of poverty
generationally.
Not the fact that, oh man, I got all this money. No, I'm talking about he can build a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Here in America and bring his family here to have an opportunity that they otherwise would not have ever had. You have to go take these big gallon jugs to water processing plants.
Yep.
Because you don't have running water. That's what you want people to live. Listen, it's going to be a heavy argument with me when it comes to that because I came from that. Right here in America, rural Silsbee, Texas, if you stomped on the floor, dirt would come through the floorboards. Poor. So I'm not on the side of the people arguing about people getting subsidized for their work and their effort, other than a $50,000 a year scholarship.
Yeah,
that's great, but that's great for somebody that already has a life, that have parents that own businesses and are doctors, lawyers. But for the people that are poverty stricken and don't have any resources, run them their money.
They got it. It's been an interesting time for sure when it comes to this. Coming up next, Hardge Knocks Life. Major League Baseball, NBA, hockey. Yeah, we do that hockey.
Oh, we do that hockey.
But man, we got to figure out and put some ground rules out there right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Northbound 35 is moving slow between Onion Creek Parkway and William Cannon Drive. Right now, there is a 10-minute delay traveling through the area. And then eastbound RM 1431 is flooded between Singleton Bend Road and Loman Ford Road. Avoid the area if you can. I'm Junior Caruso with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Texas Department of Transportation. If you think you need to speed, keep in mind that officers are out in force this month, reminding drivers to slow down or pay up. It's called Operation Slowdown. Speeding can cost you time, money, and hassle. It's just not worth it. A message from TxDOT.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today. AXS.com.
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's VIOME.com, promo code THRIVE.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The NBA adjusted former Spurs coach Greg Popovich's career record, removing the 77 games that he missed last season, which boosted his winning percentage. Lakers signed former Blazers center DeAndre Ayton to a 2-year deal. Jose Altuve hit a go-ahead 2-run single in the 6th to lead the Astros over the Rockies at Coors Field. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent.
Thrivent. Planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Hit play on the perfect summer playlist like Summer Classics. Road tripping with commercial-free weekends on Smells Like the 90s. We could live beside the ocean. Or zone out in the shade with a good podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
iHeartRadio. Wake up with Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the Morning Kickoff. Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. The Zone. Prayers out for those that are affected by the floods and the bad weather. It's continuing to rain, so please be careful around here. Make sure you get over to Hardball Hardge on social media. There's a link for you to click on if you want to donate anything. Please feel free. Anything helps at this particular moment. Tomorrow we will have on Phil Steele, the man who writes the Bible. That's right, the gospel for college football. If you're watching on social media, here's a picture of it up there. Phil Steele will be joining us at 7:17. At this time tomorrow, we'll have Joe Cook of Inside Texas. And to finish out hour number one, we'll have Anthony Williams talking about a camp that he has coming up that might help some of you younger players and older find a place to play. We'll talk about it and educate you on this whole recruiting process. But right now, I want to talk about Major League Baseball and the Guardians pitcher, Luis Ortiz, that was placed on leave for possibly Major League betting. We've had these conversations before about how players affect what happens in a lot of these games. Obviously, as you was talking about just a little bit ago, Mark, the game is being played by the players. We just take our liberties to participate in activities in which we can place a wager on just about anything that's going on.
Yeah.
You talk about at the NFL kickoff. Is it going to be heads or tails? You can place a bet on that. What will be the first play? Will it be a run, a pass? If it's an incompletion, will it be a turnover? You have so many things that you can place a wager on. A lot of player prop bets. But I want you to hear from Jeff Passan as he talks about what this means for Mr. Luis Ortiz.
Pat, a little more than a year ago, Tucupita Marcano, who was an infielder for the San Diego Padres, was banned for life for placing bets on nearly 400 Major League Baseball games. And look, in Major League Baseball, there is one rule, and that rule is very simple. Do not bet on baseball. And if you do bet on baseball, you face a lifetime ban.
Now, think about what happened with Pete Rose.
You know the rules.
You knew going into it. You cannot place a bet.
I suggest you take your earnings and start a new career.
Thank you. And now you have a chance to be banned because you're going to try to hit a $500 parlay on something. Like, it does not make sense. You're making millions on top of millions. And I understand the addiction to competitiveness.
That's why they have that phone number.
1-800-GAMBLER. Or you got a problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's the site that we want you to go to. But I want you to hear. Now listen to this.
Okay, I'm listening.
And why this became a red flag.
Our son, because I didn't do it wrong. Pedro Paez leads off and takes one that is just a little bit outside, just to quote another movie that had something to do with Cleveland.
He threw the ball in the dirt on the first pitch. That means that there might have, and it was not even close, Mark. That means that it flagged that there was an what do they call it? Unusually high volume of tickets on a pitch that was going to be a ball.
If you're going to gamble, don't make it obvious.
I mean,
like he bounced it. So they believe it. Yes, they believe, and it's happened multiple times where he's thrown a pitch in the dirt on a certain number that people have wagered that this would happen.
Oh, wow.
So it alerts them. Just like in basketball, Jonte Porter, who is banned from NBA because his over-under was 3-something, and he pretended like he got hurt, and he took the under, so he was out of the game, but they had to honor the bet. Same thing with Malik Beasley that we played last week. This has become more of a trend. Remember, the NFL player Calvin Ridley, who was out,
got
suspended for an entire year for placing wagers, and it wasn't even a lot of money. But the fact still remains. Major League Baseball, it's real simple. Don't bet.
Did they really bet on football, or did he bet on basketball?
He did bet on football. He bet on everything. Some people.
He bet on snail racing.
I'm telling you, quarters.
I think he was in my fantasy league.
Right. You start looking at those kind of things. And remember a while back, Tony Romo was hosting a draft party in a fantasy draft party in Las Vegas. And they told him he could not do it because of the association.
Wow.
There's so many different things. Think about all the people that harass football, baseball, basketball, hockey, boxing, UFC, talking about, I had money on you. I drafted you in my fantasy league and you were terrible.
And you were terrible.
Like, what? Like, these are the types of things that now we have created. And people want to be like, well, Major League Baseball and sports are partnered with betting. You're right. They are partnered. They're receiving a lot of money. But the thing is, they are not allowed to bet. It's a simple rule.
I don't gamble a lot. When I say a lot, I mean hardly ever. And it's usually like, I bet you $1.
Right.
You know, I'm a joking
steak dinner.
So, but now,
yeah,
I have agreed to terms with DraftKings. So there will be some Mark Henry DraftKings coming out very soon. I will be making these announcements, and I want people to support it because it is something that's not only benefiting me, but it's benefiting the company.
Also to say, because it is benefiting 1-800-GAMBLER.
But I will be saying 1-800-GAMBLER if you have a problem.
Yeah, but you can do that for you
because
and I.
I'm not playing.
You're not participating.
And I'm not affecting the outcome of a game.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing I said about the steroids when I was competing.
Yeah.
And I complained so much because there were people that like I should have beat them to death, but they would stay close or beat me because they were cheating.
Right.
And the International Weightlifting Federation allowed it. They allowed it. You saw the movies that they made about it. So you know, gambling and using performance enhancers, they're equally bad.
Well, don't forget, there was a White Sox scandal.
I remember.
And people they're being held out of the Hall of Fame because of it. So understand, Pete Rose
I was about to say
was
Pete
out
Rose.
because of gambling. It's one rule: don't gamble on baseball.
That's it.
Come on now, man. I just don't get it. Coming up in the next segment, we'll continue these conversations. And as always, Micah Parsons, where's my money, man? We're going to find out right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show.
Life is Good by Joe Walsh.
Life's been good, but that's close enough for Joe.
You know, when I see that album cover, for some reason, he looks like Dale Earnhardt to me. With the mustache. Now, I haven't seen he looks like in person.
Right.
Or back when it was.
Trust me, if Dale Earnhardt were alive today, he would not look like Joe Walsh. There's not many people look like Joe Walsh how he looks today. Trust me.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
The JV and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Northbound 35 is moving slow between Onion Creek Parkway and William Cannon Drive. Right now, there is a 10-minute delay traveling through the area. And then eastbound RM 1431 is flooded between Singleton Bend Road and Loman Ford Road. Avoid the area if you can. I'm Junior Caruso with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Cedar Park Overhead Doors. The aftermath of severe weather affects your garage door's appearance as well as its function. Cedar Park Overhead Doors has been trusted across Central Texas for providing storm damage repair over 30 years, and they offer free insurance estimates. Schedule at cedarparkgaragedoors.com.
The last thing anyone wants is to leave behind confusion, stress, or worse, family conflict. That's why estate planning isn't just for the wealthy. It's for families like mine, and probably like yours. With Trust and Will, I created my estate plan in minutes, from naming guardians for my kids to putting our house in a trust to avoid probate. Fast, affordable, and way easier than I thought. Every plan is designed by estate planning attorneys and customized for your state. Plans start at just $199 and include essentials like healthcare directives and power of attorney. With Trust and Will's bank-level security and built-in privacy protections, your personal information and your wishes stay safe. Whether you're newly married, raising kids, caring for aging parents, or just want peace of mind, Trust and Will makes it easy to protect what matters most. Go to trustandwill.com, use code RADIO at checkout, and save 20% on your personalized plan. Because there's no better time to protect the people you love. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Take me out to the ball game.
Book a stay out of town.
Book a spa package and lounge by the pool.
The kids agree that this trip really rules,
so we'll book an apartment with space for the whole family. And it's 1, 2, 3 clicks away to your perfect Booking.com stay.
The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Official accommodation partner of MLB.
Hey, y'all, this is Jason Aldean. You know I'm all about supporting what matters to us, our families, our freedoms, and our country. That's why I made the switch to Patriot Mobile, America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. With Patriot Mobile, you're getting top quality service on the same great networks. And every bill helps support our veterans and defend our freedoms. It's time to put your dollars where it counts. Join me in switching to Patriot Mobile today. Go to patriotmobile.com/Aldean or call 972-PATRIOT today.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius or two half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
In the podcast, The United States of Kennedy, two Kennedy-obsessed hosts with contrasting perspectives take a deep dive into the Kennedy family's impact, good and bad, on American culture. This week, we're talking about Teddy Kennedy and Chappaquiddick.
There's the official record, and then there's a lot of other theories about what happened that night, and I have my own.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow The United States of Kennedy and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horns. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
What's up, y'all? I'm Cheryl Swoops, WNBA champ, 3-time Olympian, and Basketball Hall of Famer.
And I am Tarika Foster Brasby, journalist, sports reporter, basketball analyst.
And we are here to talk about the obstacles that women face day to day.
Athlete or not, we know it takes a lot as women to be at the top of our game.
We want to share those stories.
So listen, we'll talk to athletes, coaches, media personalities, entertainers, working moms.
Because no matter who you are, there are levels to what we experience as women. And T and I have no problem going there.
So if you want to hear real women having real conversations, then tune into our new podcast, Levels to This, with Cheryl Swoops and Tarika Foster Brasby, an iHeart Women's Sports production in partnership with Deep Blue Sports and Entertainment.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. The Longhorns live here.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Mike Hardball, Hardge, world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, the Mark Henry, and our guy Mark is holding it down behind the boards. And we want to give you an opportunity. You know what time it is. It's time for you to get a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Lainey Wilson. I know how excited you are to go see Lainey Wilson. Lainey Wilson will be at the Moody Center September the 18th. All you got to do is get over and tap that red microphone on the new and improved iHeart Radio app right next to AM 1300 The Zone and leave the keyword 4. 4 is the keyword for you to get a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Lainey Wilson. Make sure you're listening to the Craig Way Show right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Craig Way, the voice of the Texas Longhorns, where you can hear all Texas Longhorn football game, basketball games, baseball games, all right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Right now, I wanted to talk about Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons continues to be one of those guys that always is in the conversation. Everyone is trying to make sense of what his paycheck is going to be. We talked about the young man that's going to Texas Tech and what his money is going to look like. Micah Parsons is trying to get paid as well. And not only is Micah Parsons trying to get paid, so is Tyler Smith.
Stay with the pass rusher theme here. Michael Parsons, he's due for a new deal. Cowboy fans are sitting there wondering, when is that going to get done?
Yeah, so this is kind of a relaxed situation. You know, when I talk to people involved, they're like, look, it's a lull in the summer right now. Not a lot going on. People are on vacation. Team officials are out on the beach somewhere. Once they reconvene for training camp, Dallas will probably lock in on this a little bit more. Typically, they do their deals late in the calendar, you know, late August, early September. We've seen that with CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, some of their other big deals. They are dedicated to doing this, though, and he's almost a separate situation than those other two guys we just talked about because they're in their 30s. They're going on their third contract. This guy's right in his prime, mid-20s, dangerous player, so he's going to get a massive number. It just depends on when they do it. Shouldn't be a problem. The Cowboys got a lot to spend here. They also got Tyler Smith, one of the top guards in the NFL, who's eligible for an extension as well.
Yeah.
They got to make sure that they get both of those guys locked up. I know at one point we were talking about the possible trade and what can happen with that. But if you look at what the Cowboys have been able to do this offseason, they brought some guys in that were important to them. Ose Odugazula, he is one of the guys that is coming off of the edge. They brought in Solomon Thomas off the edge as well, and along with Dante Fowler, two important pieces that were there. In other news, yesterday it came out that Kevontae Turpin was someone who was re-signed by the Cowboys, and now Turpin is put them in a peculiar position because he was arrested over the weekend and charged with a couple of things that the Cowboys are going to be looking into, and now it is going to be a big conversation. He was unlawfully carrying a weapon. He also had possession of Mary Jane, and now they're going to try to figure out what they're going to do with that. A lot of people are looking at Shoddy to find out what his move is going to be. Kevontae Turpin, all-pro punt returner, special teamer, has been a big-time part of what the Cowboys were looking into, and now it may open up some positions for some other players, especially because of the fact that this is the time that everybody has been looking for in this particular moment. The Cowboys are ready to make some moves. It is going to be interesting to see exactly what is going to happen with those particular moments. So the Cowboys are on the clock when it comes to Micah Parsons, Tyler Smith, and of course, what they're going to do with Kevontae Turpin. Kevontae Turpin is one of those guys that was big in the punt return, big in kickoff return, but also they would use him as a slot, use him in the gaps, and making sure that he had his opportunity to touch the football. One of the biggest things for me, though, in this particular moment is going to be the fact that when you start looking at Deuce Vaughn, you look at Jaden Blue, these might open up those opportunities for those guys to be used in different ways. I think Deuce Vaughn is somebody that can fit that role perfectly, and I truly wish that he was doing it a lot more, to be honest with you, because he is that type of player. He is an exciting type of role But last year, they did not give him the opportunity to be featured in that moment. That's the frustrating part that I dealt with last year, because you have a guy that has done some amazing things in his career that did not get a chance to do it at the next level. So if you're smart and you're looking at these types of moments, then why wouldn't you give it a chance for a Deuce Vaughn to have his opportunity to be on the field to show his type of abilities? The Cowboys got a lot to talk about. They got a lot to get into. As I said, they made moves to bring back people. Javonte Williams is going to be a big part of the success that this team has. He's moving forward. On the defensive side, they went out and got Kenneth Murray, who is going to be a big part of what they're doing. The draft has been really good for the Cowboys. And, oh, yeah, they went out and got George Pickens. So there is a lot of movement within the Cowboys that have an opportunity. Joe Milton is the biggest move for me, being able to go out and get a big-time backup quarterback, and everybody's like, Hardge, how do you know he's going to be big-time? I'm telling you right now, you put a player like that under the wing of a Dak Prescott, somebody that is a known leader, somebody that has been through all of the ups and downs that you can possibly have as an NFL starting quarterback. His arm is not as big as Joe Milton, but he's going to be able to teach Joe Milton how to play the position at a high level. Now, I understand everybody doesn't want to help. I watched a documentary over the weekend, the Brett Favre documentary. Let me tell you something. When you get a chance to see something like that, and you get a chance to appreciate what you have in your quarterback, it tells you everything. Yes, Brett Favre won a Super Bowl. Yes, he's won MVPs. He's done all of that. But Brett Favre is a terrible, terrible person. And I know it's a documentary, and there's always two sides of it. Go watch that documentary on Brett Favre and tell me what you think. And then come back and tell me about number 4 for the Dallas Cowboys and who he is as a person leading this team. I'm telling you, there is no difference. I'd much rather have that character than that ring. Well, I do want a ring, though. Cowboys got to get a ring. Hour number 1 is in the book. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. You'll hear from Mark Henry. You'll also hear from those that have been affected by this, and the Texas secondary, one of the best in the country. I'm not the only one who thinks it. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is coming to Round Rock July 17th through the 20th at Dell Diamond. Watch these legendary AUSL Pro softball players on the Bandits and Volts battle it out, including Sis Bates, Rachel Garcia, Skylar Wallace, Texas-owned Bella Dayton, and many more. To learn more, go to theausl.com and get your tickets today. That's theausl.com for tickets. Athletes Unlimited Softball, July 17th through the 20th at Dell Diamond in Round Rock. AUSL, this is legendary.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If you played pickleball in regular sneakers, you know you can pay the price. They don't cut it. And Todd found this out the hard way. We have this great sponsor, Tyrell. They make the best pickleball shoes. So one day Todd is playing pickleball and he forgot his Tyrell pickleball shoes. Well, you know what happened? He got hurt. He was playing in some fancy different shoes that aren't meant for pickleball, and he learned a lesson. Tyrell has everything you need to keep your feet cool. They're tough. They're lightweight. They're so solid on your feet, and you're going to wear and tear on the court, and they're ready to go. Every detail is built to help you play better. Tyrell pickleball shoes. If you want to play longer, feel better, and stop sliding around in those old sneakers, go to TyrellPickleball.com. You can look like a pro. You can play like a pro. It's Tyrell Pickleball Shoes. You spell it Tyrol. Tyrell Pickleball Shoes, the best pickleball shoes, purpose-built for pickleball.
Run a business and not thinking about podcasting? Think again. More Americans listen to podcasts than ad-supported streaming music from Spotify and Pandora. And as the #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. So whatever your customers are into, true crime, sports, comedy, culture, they'll hear your message. Plus, only iHeart can extend your message to audiences across broadcast radio. And all this reach means everything. Just think about the universal marketing formula. The number of consumers who hear your message times the response rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for you. Think podcasting can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, radio, and podcasting. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, call 844-844-iHeart and get podcasting working for you.
You've got an app for your music, but what about your favorite morning show, sports team, or live local news and weather?
See things start to change.
Yep, there's an app for all that too. iHeartRadio. Download the #1 app for radio, the free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. Less than 1% of water on Earth is drinkable, and humans are using it faster than nature can replenish it. Reduce the amount of water you use in the bathroom by taking shorter showers and turning the water off while you brush your teeth. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/earth.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horns. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. We opened the show talking about the flooding and the losses that were out there, and we gave you spots for donations and where you need to go on our social media page as well. We also talked about Texas possibly dodging a bullet on a recruit. We also talked about the investigation, gambling in major sports. It is becoming an issue. And of course, we had to put Micah Parsons and Tyler Smith in the conversation as well. But right now, we wanted to talk a little bit about the Texas secondary. And before we do that, we want to make sure that you know to get over to coverthuddle.com. That's right, coverthuddle.com. For Covert Huddle is giving away places for you to come over and give donations. They've also non-perishable items. They the same thing that they're doing for Covert Bee Cave. They're doing the same thing for Covert and Huddle. The Coverts are always giving back to the community. They've been a part of this community, and they too are saddened by the devastation on which we have witnessed over the past weekend, and it's continuing to rain as it was this morning. So we need to be careful out there. And people, please, please, please understand, if they tell you don't drive through something, don't drive through something. We're already being taxed by our efforts by the fire department, by EMS, everybody's being involved. So let's not put more stress on the people that are stressing at the highest level right now. But I wanted to talk Texas secondary because we talk about this Texas football team. And yes, there was a lot that was lost in this Texas secondary. And I'm not a big pro football focus guy, Mark. You know,
I know you don't like them
because the numbers kind of they differentiate sometimes because
the math is not always math.
Correct. But in this particular case, because it is the Texas football team and their secondary, even losing the Thorpe Award winner, even losing some of those guys in the back end, there's a lot of experience there led by Michael Taft, and this may be one of the best secondaries in the country.
Number one, though, is the Texas Longhorns. Texas has the number one linebacker unit in the country for me, and now the number one secondary in the country for me, which means Texas has pretty easily the best back seven in college football going into next year. And they still have a great defensive line, too, headlined by my number one edge defender in Colin Simmons. But the secondary has my number 4 safety in the country in Michael Taft, my number 6 corner in the country in Malik Muhammad. And then at nickel will be junior Jelani McDonald. He had an 89.1 run defense grade last year. The other safety spot is a little up for grabs right now next to Michael Taft.
It says a lot about Texas. The fact that you still have him as the number 1 secondary, despite losing Jahdae Barron first-round pick and Andrew Makuba second-round pick, it just says so much about the talent and the depth of it, right? The top-end guys like Taft and Muhammad, the next wave of guys that they have coming that you mentioned, like McDonald at safeties player, really liking run defense. This Texas team very well could be the best coverage team in the country again this season.
Jahdae?
Well, man, we don't.
Why are we calling him Jahdae?
Man, I mean, these people don't know. I mean, they obviously know who Texas is, but they're not doing their phonics.
Listen, New York,
yeah,
Los Angeles, Florida, Des Moines, Iowa. His name is Jahdae, not Jahdae, not Jogi. Jahdae Barron. Come on now.
So who do you think is going to be the one that's in the back with Michael Taft?
You know what, Hardge? I was thinking that McDonald would be the guy that they would kind of move there, but that's not a force something that I'm seeing right now. It's up for grabs. They have so many people that are qualified that I think that it's going to come down to who's the healthiest.
Right. Jonah Williams is working his way into it. That's the young freshman that got a chance to play baseball early in the season, early in the year, and now he's working his way with the group in that secondary. But you also have Derek Williams, the Raptor, who I'm a huge fan of what he's been able to do, and whenever he's healthy, he's going to cause a problem out there. You still have Jalen Gilbo that is going to be out there as well. But this secondary, for them to be recognized as one of the best, as they said, by losing a Jahdae, by losing Drew Makuba, and those guys being able to be impact players in the NFL that have already, during these mini camps, have been effective. You start to understand what it was like last year. So this year, with the experience that a lot of those guys had, like a Jelani McDonald, they don't even have him in their rankings just yet, but he will be in those rankings.
Gilbo has a lot of experience, though.
Yes, he does.
So
yes, he does.
When you have a guy that has a lot of experience, you got to put them in there. I mean, he's a senior, so it's not like that the moment is going to be too big for him. He's been on this Texas team now for 3 seasons and coming up on his 4th season. So, it might be Gilbo. We got to see the health, and then we'll think about the freshman. We'll think about Jonah.
Well, I think Jonah is somebody who's a 5-star defensive player that will come and knock your head off, and he is athletic enough to be able to get up to speed to be able to play in this league. And for me, when you start to look at this secondary, it all revolves around Michael Taft. He's going to be the one to line everybody up.
There you go.
He's going to be the one to make sure that everybody knows their roles in this particular moment. But I still believe that as this secondary goes, Jelani McDonald is going to be the star of this secondary. Muhammad's going to get his. But I believe that Jelani McDonald is going to be that guy that people, by the end of the season, he's going to be on a lot of those watch lists.
Well, we also know that Jonah is locked in. We saw what he was able to do in baseball, and he picked stuff up very quickly. And sometimes, Hardge, there are people in sports, they just gifted.
Yep.
And he's one of those gifted people. If he's got Michael Taft, 20 yards from him going, hey, do this. Here it comes. It's coming to you.
Right.
It would be hard for me not to see him getting the nod, but Gilbo has the experience factor, and you can't teach experience. You just gotta keep living.
And one of the reasons why a secondary can perform at an elite level, 2 things. Number one, obviously you bringing back Dwayne Akina to come and help in that secondary, be able to work with those guys, with the previous defensive coordinator and secondaries coach. But not only that, you have the pressure of the Colin Simmons and Anthony Hill Jr., and you got Trey Moore, and you got all these different upfront players that are going to provide pressure. And if you can get a quarterback off his rhythm to be able to get back and drop back and see the field and be able to get the pass off, it's going to be difficult, right? But if you have those guys applying that pressure to that quarterback in every single play, he's looking up to be able to try to find a different wide receiver or trying to get the ball out of his hand a lot quicker. Those are the types of moments. It's going to be what can the upfront group do to help the back end, and vice versa. If you have good coverage, that means that guy's going to hold on to the ball a little bit longer than he wants to, and that's going to give your defensive linebackers and your front seven is going to get an opportunity to get to the quarterback. So it goes hand in hand, and that's why you heard them at the very beginning of the soundbite. They were talking about that's why Texas is our number one linebacker core. We look at them as the number one linebackers in the country because you got Colin Simmons and you got Anthony Hill Jr. on preseason All-American teams.
Right.
You got Michael Taft in the back end on a preseason All-American second team. They work hand in hand.
And you have so much depth, too. We talked about this, a few weeks ago about the depth of the secondary.
Yeah.
Like Kobe Black, not only can he play the free safety, but he also can play the star.
Yep.
So that you got flexibility in a couple of players. And I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Jonah Williams playing star, too.
Yeah, he looks like he can be one of those star players.
Yeah,
like,
he can play both.
Like he's going to be a star player, but he looks like he can be that star position player.
I think that next season in baseball, you're going to see a bigger, stronger version of him because he is a freshman. He was playing high school last year, Hardge.
Yep.
And now he's on that training table at the University of Texas. They're going to say, hey, man, you need to eat, 7,000 calories a day and have this much protein and so forth. So his diet is going to get better. He's going to be a bigger man.
Another name to pay attention to before it's all said and done is number 23, Jordan Johnson-Rubel. He made some plays last year, and he was one of the guys that early in the summer a lot of folks were talking about during the training camps, during the workouts. He was a guy that was making strides, and he made some plays last year when he got an opportunity to get onto the field. This is the one thing about Texas. If you can give this team an opportunity to win, you will play, and you will play early, and you'll get a lot of opportunities to help this squad as they move forward. So to me, with this ranking and how things are starting to shake out, I'm excited about it. I had a conversation this weekend, and they were like, well, I don't know about Texas and their schedule. And it's this. I said, look, at the end of the day, I think everybody has done a good job of being able to keep players around. And what I mean by that is the financial growth of college athletics makes the playing field a little bit more even. It may not financially to you. Look at it. Well, Texas has this amount of money. But if you have the right players doing the right things and getting the right amount, they'll come and play football for you. And these are talented football players now. So you got to be more careful because don't look at the schedule and think, oh, that's an easy win. No, a lot of these guys are more mature. A lot of people are mature. Great conversation right there about the Texas football secondary. But coming up, we're going to the NFL. And when I tell you what the AFC East odds are, you might want to stick around for all that. It is kind of crazy. Right here on a Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Text Texas, followed by your message to 81530 to chat along with your favorite sports radio, AM 1300, The Zone hosts. That's Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now.
AM 1300 The Zone.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Northbound 35 between Runberg Lane and Berrywood Drive. There's some stop-and-go traffic. That's going to cost you about 30 minutes if you have to travel through the area. And then on the southbound side of 183, there's a disabled vehicle at Cameron Road. It's sitting in the right lane. Use caution and stay to the left. I'm Junior Caruso with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
In 20628.
Here's a great deal from Abacus Plumbing. Get a water heater flush or a mainline drain cleaning for only $49 each. That's a professional water heater flush or a mainline drain cleaning for only $49. Abacus. You can count on us.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Meta AI is the personal AI that's tailored to you. Now with its very own app. It's built to get to know you, offering helpful answers and inspiration. If you're looking for something to add to your bucket list, Meta AI goes beyond traveling the world. It remembers you're a basketball fan and suggests you attend one of the playoff games. Just start typing or speaking to get the answers you need, wherever, whenever, because Meta AI is your personal AI. Download and try the app today. Now available on the Apple App Store or Google Play.
If you're looking for your next job, you know it can be a lonely process. Let Express Employment Professionals be your one connection to finding a job that fits. Getting an interview with Express can be as easy as a phone call. And with just one application at Express Employment Professionals, you're in the running for numerous opportunities in your community. They know who's hiring, what the benefits are, and they pass all that information to you. You can find out more information at your local Express office today. Go to expresspros.com. What would you pay for peace of mind? How about $1 a day? That's what happens with the professional monitoring plans from Simply Safe. No contracts, no hidden fees, true home security that you're going to have that's proactive, not just reactive. Old school security systems only react once damage is done. Simply Safe is different, designed to help stop crime before it starts. Protect what matters most. Get 50% off your Simply Safe system with professional monitoring plus. First month is free. SimplySafeDan.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Shop simple. It doesn't get any easier. You're looking for a new Ford. You don't have time to spend hours at the dealership. So Riata Ford in Manor has made it simple. Pick yours at RiataFord.com. We can bring it to you for a home test drive. Once you determine it's perfect, you can arrange financing, value your trade, and sign all your paperwork digitally. Then simply tell us where and when you want to take delivery. Leif Johnson's Riata Ford in Manor has made buying a new Ford simple.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em horns.
Welcome Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. Coming up in the next segment, we'll have the world's strongest man. What you got for us, buddy?
Man, I really do feel like Hardge, that the flag as good as he is. The flag, my take is going to be about and the field that he's in. This draft class is going to be one that we're going to talk about in the next 5 years. They have a lot of talent, and there's a lot that to be discussed. So
okay,
you don't want to miss this.
You don't want to miss it. The world's strongest man bringing you his world's strongest take. But I want to be interested in what he's talking about when it comes to the AFC East. We talked about the NFC East last Thursday to end the week. But now it's time to go to the AFC. And this is a division for a long time that has been run by the Buffalo Bills. And it doesn't look like it's going to be stopped by the Buffalo Bills because they continue to find a way to get it done. They got the MVP in Josh Allen. They've made some different moves. Josh Allen got married this offseason. So we got ourselves a different Josh Allen coming into the season. But you also have the Miami Dolphins. You have the New England Patriots with the new coaching staff, as does the New York Jets. They, too, have a new coaching staff. A lot has been changed when it comes there. So I'm going to start with the New York Jets. The New York Jets now have Aaron Glenn as their head coach. No nonsense type of guy. Basically told Aaron Rodgers, you ain't got to go home, but you can't come back here. You know what I'm saying? Go do what you got to do. And Aaron Rodgers ended up going to Pittsburgh. Zach Wilson went to Miami as a backup. And by the way, he got married too this offseason. And you're starting to try to figure out, what is this team going to be like? Well, they go out and get Justin Fields. They make some different moves. But the odds have them as a 5.5 win team. Last year, they were 5-13 or 5-12, excuse me. Not a good football team. Their points per game, they only scored 19th, which ranks them 24th. They allowed 23.8 points per game, which ranked them 20th. Hence the reason why they were 5-12. With the new quarterback in Justin Fields, with the new head coach in Aaron Glenn, what is your take on the New York Jets moving forward?
I think a lot of the reason that they see them only winning 5 games is because of 2 reasons. Number one, the quarterback situation. But I really feel that Justin Fields is going to show out.
I think so too.
And second reason is having a new coach, a new offensive system, and getting all those guys acclimated to running a new system. Aaron Glenn was a really, really good Pro Bowl Jet. And just because you're a good player don't make you a good coach. But Aaron Glenn was one of the highly sought coaches in the entire NFL. And to get an NFL coaching job kind of bodes to the fact that you knew what you were getting when you got this guy.
Right.
And I feel like Aaron is going to be able to change some stuff because he's a player's coach. Him at Detroit, that's all they talked about, is how they wanted a coach that can relate to the players, what they needed to get stronger and tougher as a unit. You think that that's going to stop on the defensive side of the ball?
No.
I mean, you saw how he approached Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
He stepped up. The first thing, like, hey, are you with us or are you against us? Because we're going to win without you. Like, he's a tough dude.
Yep.
So I believe that's going to bode well for the Jets winning more than 5 games.
Okay.
I don't see them winning 8.
Right.
But I can see them winning 7.
I like Justin Fields. I like what he brings to the table. Don't forget, they have Breece Hall as a running back. He's going to be outstanding. Aaron Glenn's going to run the football because they have the ability to do so. Got some offensive linemen that have come in. They've done some things that can help them win. I take the over as well. 5.5. That's I think Justin Fields is a little bit better than that. So I would take over on that 5.5.
He was 3-0 playing for the Steelers last year.
Yeah. So there's gonna be an opportunity there. So I'll take the over as well. The New England Patriots are sitting at 8.5 wins. Solid football team. They got Mike Vrabel as their new head coach. They brought in Stephon Diggs, Mac Hollins as the wide receiving core.
Candy man.
Yeah, they got some things that are going on there. The offensive line needs to be a little bit better. The defense is going to be solid because of Vrabel's mindset. You talk about Aaron Glenn and what he brings. Well, Mike Vrabel's the same way. But having them at 8.5 wins, I'll take the over because I think they're going to be a lot better. I think Drake May is going to be key for them to have success.
He'll be more seasoned.
I'm not putting them at 10 wins. I'm not putting them at 12 wins, but I do see them at 9 wins. I can put them at 9 wins.
I'll buy into that. I'll co-sign for that one.
Yeah. This is going to be a solid football team. Going to Miami. Look, this is I don't know what to think with this team.
They're making all these knee-jerk moves. It's so sporadic, it's hard to say what you really feel is going to happen because so much has changed in just a short amount of time.
Yep. And now, you got Jalen Ramsey is gone, but you bring in Minkah Fitzpatrick, who's younger and is a tough player. And if you can put him back in there and him coming into his role, I think that's going to be a big situation. You got Tua Tagovailoa as the quarterback. You have some things that are in place. Is Tua ready to take another step? Is he putting himself in a position of success? This offseason, Tua looked like he was just kicking it the whole time. He looked like he was having a grandioso old time. But now you start to understand his relationship with Mike McDaniel. Is it starting to sour a little bit? Is it something they need a little bit more from him? He didn't want to wear the helmet last year, but he did okay. Then you got Tyreek Hill. That's a whole nother conversation.
Tyreek Hill is just like, I want the ball every play or y'all can trade me.
Exactly. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what I think about them. They are sitting at 8.5 wins. Do you buy them with 9 wins? Do you buy them with 10 wins?
I would say 8 is right on par, but I'm almost saying less. I might say 7.
Well, he's 7. Woo, that's a big
number. They're not
going to
have a great season.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to put them there because of the talent that they have. They still have Jalen Waddle, who is emerging as one of their go-to guys. Darren Waller is back out of retirement.
I saw that.
He's coming back. Devin Achane, who was a fantasy goldmine last year. I like what he brings to the table, but my question is going to be about that defense. Bradley Chubb is there. Minkah Fitzpatrick is there. Jalen Phillips up front. He's nasty. Chop Robinson, he's going to be another guy that's going to be coming off the edge. And Jordan Phillips is a guy that if he decides he wants to play, he's unstoppable.
Well, hopefully they have a psychiatrist on staff to get his mind right because they're going to need all of those guys to be turned up and to be locked in.
Final thing, the New England Patriots, their team, they're 11.5. That's a lot of wins. Last year, they went 13-4. They are the crown jewel of the AFC East. I don't see them slowing down, but 11 wins, 12 wins, I'll put them right at 12. I'll put them right at 12, so I'll take the over for them. So I'll take the over on the Bills at 11.5 wins. I will take the over for the Dolphins. I'll have them right at 9 wins. Patriots at 9, and the Jets win at least 6 games. I think the bet if you were to do it for entertainment purposes, it would be the Jets. That would be the safest bet with the Jets going over 5.5 wins.
Well, I mean, I see the Patriots winning 10 or 11 games, so I don't see them winning 12. Not this season.
Patriots.
This season is going to be pretty damn tough in that division.
Oh, I can't wait. But you know what I can't wait for either?
What is that?
The world's strongest tech. You hear him? He's got something for you. You do not want to miss it. As on a Longhorn Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff with the world's strongest tech coming up next, right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Northbound 35 at Breaker. There's an accident blocking 2 right lanes and traffic's moving slow from 183. This is causing a 25-minute delay. And then on the northbound side of 35 between Onion Creek and William Cannon, there's stop-and-go traffic. That's going to cost you about 5 to 6 minutes. I'm Junior Caruso with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. There's more to Taco Bell's Luxe Cravings boxes than you'd expect. Unless you're expecting the choice between 3 lavish boxes of Taco Bell favorites, then you're spot on. Choose yours today, only at Taco Bell. For a limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
After 48 years, Factory Mattress is going out of business forever. Over $15 million worth of world-class mattress brands must be sold immediately. Up to 80% off at Austin and San Antonio's largest independent mattress retailer. Everything must go, right down to the bare walls. Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. No interest financing is still available. The Factory Mattress going out of business sale is happening now at all 14 locations. Don't miss it.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify. From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, a flood watch for your Monday. Rain showers this morning, becoming mostly cloudy this afternoon, a high of 88. Partly cloudy tonight, a low near 75. Tuesday, a mix of sun and clouds, a high in the low 90s.
This report is sponsored by Texas Department of Transportation. If you think you need to speed, keep in mind that officers are out in force this month, reminding drivers to slow down or pay up. It's called Operation Slowdown. Speeding can cost you time, money, and hassle. It's just not worth it. A message from TxDOT.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Hit play on the perfect summer playlist like Summer Classics. Road tripping with commercial-free weekends on Smells Like the 90s. Or zone out in the shade with a good podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
iHeartRadio. From the studio who brought you the #1 podcast, The Piketon Massacre.
This is Murder 101.
A group of high school students started a project to research a string of unsolved murders.
Those murders happened in the mid-1980s.
He's out there doing stuff. He just didn't stop.
What if this guy's still alive? Like, what if he comes after us?
For 3 decades, the mystery remained unsolved.
It wasn't just a class assignment, it was real life.
These women really deserve justice. They were just living their lives, and they had their whole lives ahead of them.
There's a pretty good chance he's still alive.
It was a little scary, I'm not going to lie.
Once you start getting a few tips or a few leads, then the cold case isn't so cold anymore.
What seemed like an ordinary high school class turned out to be anything but.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, covering the 40 acres.
You heard that beat drop, so it can only mean one thing. WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, D. Mark Henry, brings you World's Strongest Take. Take it away, big fella. All right. What's up, man? What time is it? It's time for the World's Strongest Take by the World's Strongest Marcus. Back then, they didn't know me. Hot. Today's topic is Cooper Flag a guy that you can look at as being the rookie of the year, the rookie MVP? Not so fast. And I say that because as much as I think that he's going to be the best player in this draft by far, coming into his second year, third year, you're going to see Cooper Flag be a superstar. But this season, I really feel like Dylan Harper is going to get a lot of reps in San Antonio. He's going to get more minutes. His statistics is going to be higher. As you saw last night, VJ Edgecombe, that was one game, but that's kind of his style of play. And I told you this last year, that he's going to be a better pro than he was in college, kind of like Michael Jordan was. Like in college, you know, you can crowd the paint. There's no illegal defense. Like once you get to the pros, you got freestanding, you got free flowing. Trey Johnson is another guy that college hindered him from being able to take people off the dribble because of the paint was always clogged. It's going to open up his shot. And everybody's talking about the issue with Ace Bailey, being a guy that, was critical. But Ace Bailey is a player. Like, he's played 2 games, and he's had 10 rebounds in both games. He had a bad night last night scoring, but going like 3 for 10 or 3 for 11. But your shot can go up and down. But when you can get 10 rebounds at power forward, a small forward, 2 guard, that's pretty impressive. The guy that is my sleeper is Igor Demlin, that's going to be at the Nets. He's amazing. The game is going to open up, but he's going to get starting minutes. He's going to play 30 minutes a game. And with Cooper Flag playing behind Klay Thompson and the rest of the small forwards that exist there, and he also is going to play some power forward. They just happen to have a guy named Anthony Davis that's starting at power forward, so he's not going to get a lot of those minutes. Okay, so that means that he may have 20 minutes a game, 22 minutes a game, if he's lucky. Like Dallas has a championship team. You talk about what your newly found Houston Rockets was able to do. Dallas did the same. Oklahoma City, a lock. But sticking to the point, I really do feel like Cooper Flag, as good as he is, he will not be the guy. I will take the field against
I'm not saying who's going to be the guy, but I just know that they're going to get 30 minutes a game, and he's going to be getting between 15 and 25 a game. What say you?
Well, I'm on the other side of that. Cooper Flag, brought to you by DraftKings right here, says that Cooper Flag is minus 185 to be the rookie of the year. Dylan Harper plus 900, Ace Bailey plus 950, VJ Edgecombe plus 1,200, Trey Johnson 1,200, and Con Knaple plus 4,000, along with some other guys. But when you say that he's not going to play that much, well, not that much, but 20, 25 minutes, I think the exact opposite. I think he's going to play a lot of minutes.
He's going to take
Klay Thompson is old. Klay Thompson is old. Klay Thompson is not the same Klay Thompson that we saw as a splash brother.
So you're going to delegate Klay Thompson to sixth man of the year?
No, he's going to play. But Cooper Flag is going to start as well. You still have Kyrie that's going to be out. Cooper Flag is the #1 overall draft pick. Mark, you came in here, believe, right before his freshman year at Duke, and you were like, have you seen what he's been doing to them pros? He's been putting it on their head. And he was 16, 17. Yes, he was 17. He was 17 doing that.
Yeah.
Now he's mature. He's played in college. He's done some things differently. I'm not going to say that he's going to just dominate the NBA or those minutes, but he is the #1 overall pick. The brass of the Dallas Mavericks they got a reprieve in life when they got the opportunity to draft Cooper Flag. And yes, they may try to bring him along just a little bit, but this dude is different. This dude plays different. Some people say he doesn't do anything outstanding. That's fine.
But he does everything
good.
Well.
Exactly. He is going to help your team. He's got some spunk. As soon as he got to Dallas, he went straight to the gym. We're going to get a chance to see him play this week in the Summer League games, and I can't wait to see what he does bring to the table.
I'm excited. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, the thing that I'm looking forward to the most this week is to see him play in the Summer League game.
Yep.
How crazy is that, Hardge?
This is Summer League.
We're talking about practice.
We're talking about practice. We're talking
about practice.
We're going to get it in, and I'm excited for it. So I'll be ready for that. We got a chance to see Carter Bryant for the Spurs. He did okay. He's still trying to figure it out, talking about I'm playing against grown men. Yeah, man, this is the NBA.
You're in the NBA now.
Get yourself ready. Put on your big boy pants and get it started. Coming up, we're going to close out the show and send you to Dan Patrick. Let me explain something to you.
Uh-oh.
The Houston Astros? Yeah. As they say, we love L.A. We'll talk about it when we come back right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
For the fourth time in 5 years, the Texas Longhorns have won the Directors' Cup.
Texas wins the national championship. The Longhorns are on top of the college softball world.
From the courts to the field, Texas has dominated the nation.
Texas is going to the Final Four. The Texas women are headed for the Final Four.
1300 The Zone, the home of the Texas Longhorns. Hook 'em.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Northbound 35 at Breaker. There's an accident blocking 2 right lanes and traffic's moving slow from 183. This is causing a 25-minute delay. And then on the northbound side of 35 between Onion Creek and William Cannon, there's stop-and-go traffic. That's going to cost you about 5 to 6 minutes. I'm Junior Caruso with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you want the lowest price. With their lowest price guarantee, if you find a qualifying lower price on the same item, they'll match it. Price match applies to same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how they'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you right here in America. And this summer, we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder, so you can get the car you want at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
For a limited time until supplies last. Assembled with U.S. and imported parts.
With great deals coming this Prime Day, July 8th through the 11th, greatness is a deal away. So if you love baking, you can get a deal on a new mixer, transforming you into the Lord of the Loaves.
Hear ye! Make way for the baron of brioche, the sultan of sourdough, the lord of the loaves, prime member, Dave!
Yeah, hi?
Shop great deals this Prime Day, July 8th through the 11th.
The last thing anyone wants is to leave behind confusion, stress, or worse, family conflict. That's why estate planning isn't just for the wealthy. It's for families like mine, and probably like yours. With Trust and Will, I created my estate plan in minutes, from naming guardians for my kids to putting our house in a trust to avoid probate. Fast, affordable, and way easier than I thought. Every plan is designed by estate planning attorneys and customized for your state. Plans start at just $199 and include essentials like healthcare directives and power of attorney. With Trust and Will's bank-level security and built-in privacy protections, your personal information and your wishes stay safe. Whether you're newly married, raising kids, caring for aging parents, or just want peace of mind, Trust and Will makes it easy to protect what matters most. Go to trustandwill.com, use code RADIO at checkout, and save 20% on your personalized plan. Because there's no better time to protect the people you love. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
In the podcast, The United States of Kennedy, two Kennedy-obsessed hosts with contrasting perspectives take a deep dive into the Kennedy family's impact, good and bad, on American culture. This week, we're talking about Teddy Kennedy and Chappaquiddick.
There's the official record, and then there's a lot of other theories about what happened that night, and I have my own.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow The United States of Kennedy and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
Earl Campbell here for my good friends at Austin Shoe Hospital. Austin Shoe Hospital has been repairing my favorite boots and shoes for over 30 years. They are the best Western boot repair company in Texas and can repair any boot brand or style. Visit the master cobblers at Austin Shoe Hospital and they will bring all your shoes, boots, and bags back to life. If you can wear it, they can repair it. Oh, yes, and hook 'em horns.
Visit austinshoehospital.com. Take me out to the ball game.
Book a stay out of town.
Book a spa package and lounge by the pool.
The kids agree that this trip really rules,
so we'll book an apartment with space for the whole family. And it's 1, 2, 3 clicks away to your perfect Booking.com stay.
The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Official accommodation partner of MLB.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius or two half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
1300 The Zone is your home for the Round Rock Express.
You heard that beat drop, so it can only. What a great show we've had. And remember, folks, if you get an opportunity to donate, follow the link that is on our AM 1300. I retweeted it as well. I want to make sure we get that out there. Donate what you can. You can go to Covert and BK. You can go to Covert and Auto. You can go to all the Coverts, actually. If you want to do some non-perishable items, make sure you drop that off. It helps. I wanted to get into this conversation before we left. Washington Nationals, who used to be the Montreal Expos, they're in last place right now. So what did they do? They fired their baseball operations president, Mike Rizzo, and they fired their manager, Dave Martinez, all just yesterday. Well, the interesting part of the firing is this is the team in an organization that has the number 1 pick in next week's draft. The draft is Sunday, and they have already fired their coaching staff and the director of baseball operations, the president of baseball operations, and now they're trying to figure out what's next in that city. Dave Martinez, who just recently, I believe he had just won his 400th game as a manager, now is fired. They have all-stars, James Wood, who is one of the best young players in the game. They've got a young group of hitters and the 6th youngest pitching staff. So the upside is there, but now they have fired their front office people. So it's going to be interesting to see
so you're saying
what's
that
going to happen.
They're the baseball version of the Knicks.
Yeah, they are trying, yes, with no plan. With no plan
We're
right
gonna fire
before
our
the draft.
people, but we're not going to consider the fact that we got a draft coming up.
Yes.
Next week.
Next week. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen. Another story that is out there is obviously the Houston Astros. The Houston Astros went into LA and handled their business by sweeping the LA Dodgers. The Dodgers, who is one of the best teams in baseball, have all the money and have all of the players that are all-stars themselves, but the Astros continue to make things happen, and Jose Altuve talked about it.
Jose, Framber Valdez today wasn't his typical start. Gave up a couple of home runs on curveballs, but he hung in there. What did you see?
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. He stayed in the game long enough to give us the opportunity to win and get, the bullpen to continue this game the way they did. And, like you say, it's not his typical, but he always goes up there and gives us a chance to win, and that's what he did today.
You faced Ohtani when he was with the Angels. What did you see today from him?
I mean, for me, he's almost unhittable. His pitches, you get 100 with a nice slider, split everything, and on top of that, he got to go hit, So he's amazing. We don't really like facing him, but we're happy that we ended up winning this game.
Jose, you had the big triple. You wind up scoring the insurance run. They boo you constantly here. Do you thrive on this? Do you enjoy playing in this atmosphere?
No, I think I show up every day. It doesn't matter where I play, to give everything I have and help my team to win. I try to, I've been working really hard lately to get my pitches to hit. And that's what happened in that specific at bat. And I could get, another run that was very important for us.
Jose, thank you very much. Kevin, back to you.
Another big-time performance by Jose Altuve. That dude just loves going to L.A. You're our resident Houston Astros fan, Marcus. So what was your thoughts over the sweep and them being in first place right now?
Well, see, I'm getting a little annoyed by Dodgers fan, and it's driving me crazy because they're still whining about 2017. And you know what? I'm just going to play a little footage of the game. It was just all over the place. Every pitch, the Astros just sending out of the park, 18-1, just dominating. And I'm just sucking your tears, Dodgers fans. Dodgers fan, I am sucking your tears, and I am like the wrestler MJF because we are better than you, and you know it.
Wow. In case you didn't know that Craig Way, the voice that you can hear from 2 to 5, right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone. He is a Dodgers fan. So needless to say.
Yeah, you made an enemy just now. Hey, let me tell you this Altuve story. I went to the Houston Sports Awards 2 years ago, and Altuve pulls up as I'm pulling up. Y'all jump out of the town car or whatever they sent for me, and he pulls up in a big body Bentley. I mean, the big boy, the Phantom.
Yeah.
And he's driving. And I'm like, why is he driving that? Like, somebody should be driving him. He should get out the back. Bro, when he pulled up to the valet, he opened the door, and I didn't know who it was. I'm standing there watching because I want to see who it is.
Right.
And it's him. He has to jump out of the car.
Come on, man.
It looked like a little kid jumping out of the car. Man, he is 5'4", 5'5". Yeah. He is not a big man.
Not at all.
For him to be able to do what he does and hit the ball at the size that he is, I want to know what his bat velocity is.
He's a special guy. And this is a guy that
It
worked
looks
his way.
impossible.
He worked his way to the major leagues after being cut from tryout camps multiple times. And here he is once again being the stud that he is. He All-Star game was announced. The players, the what do you call them? The reserves. Jeremy Pena, he is on the squad. My guy Bobby Witt Jr. is on the squad as well. Hunter Brown made it as the pitcher. Josh Hader as well. So the Astros are well represented. And, of course, Jose Altuve being the guy that he is, they handled the L.A. Dodgers. For my guy, Mark Henry, and, of course, our guy Marcus, who just made an enemy in Craig Way by going off on them Dodgers. It is a wrap.
Hey, it was nice knowing you. That dude got a stroke over here.
Make sure you tune in to the Craig Way Show this afternoon with Cam Parker. I'm Mike Hardball Hardge, Mark Henry, and Marcus Spears. And just remember this, we'll be better tomorrow. Phil Steele will be joining us tomorrow talking about Texas. We'll also have Joe Cook and Anthony Williams all in the first hour. You do not want to miss it. Right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. And just remember, don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
Looking for top quality permanent fencing for your home or business? Look no further than Viking Fence. With over 50 years of experience in Central Texas, Viking Fence delivers craftsmanship you can trust. Whether you need wood, iron, or custom solution, Viking has the perfect fence to fit your needs. What sets Viking Fence apart? They source the finest quality Western red cedar lumber direct from the mill, the most durable and attractive fence material available. Plus, they offer 3 grades of fence pickets to meet every budget. So whether you want Viking to install your fence or you're taking on the project yourself, call Viking Fence today. They pride themselves on excellent work, outstanding service, and an honest reputation. Call 512-601-8911 for a free estimate. That's 512-601-8911. Or visit VikingFence.com/radio. That's VikingFence.com/radio for your free estimate today. When you think fence, think Viking.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas, September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today. AXS.com.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Need space that's designed to last? Mueller Inc. delivers pre-engineered steel buildings customized for your style. From garages and workshops to barns, warehouses, even airplane hangars. Our bolt-together buildings are designed to last decades with proper installation and maintenance. Designed for strength, engineered for Texas. Visit us today at any of our locations across the Austin area, including Marble Falls and Spicewood. Or go to MuellerInc.com.
You're probably pretty good at protecting your own personal information. Strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to control how much information you have and how it's protected, there's a lot of places that also have it, and they might not be as careful as you. That's why you need LifeLock. LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second for identity threats. And if your identity is stolen, a LifeLock US-based restoration specialist will solve identity theft issues on your behalf, guaranteed, or your money back. Plus, all LifeLock plans backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. You might not be able to control how others handle your personal information, but you can help protect it with LifeLock. Save up to 40% on your first year. Use the promo code Patrick. Get started by calling 1-800-LifeLock or go to LifeLock.com. Use promo code Patrick. That will get you 40% off. Terms apply. LifeLock.com.
You've got an app for your music, but what about your favorite morning show, sports team, or live local news and weather?
Things start to change.
Yep, there's an app for all that too. iHeartRadio. Download the #1 app for radio, the free iHeartRadio app.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horns. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.